had done the field testing of our model and the pilot seemed sound and viable and workable, that we came across Avishkar Goodwill Fund, a social impact fund, which was investing in interesting ideas which had a social impact. And when we shared our thoughts, our model with Avishkar Goodwill, Vineet Rai, the CEO, he was fired by the idea and saw a lot of promise in this idea to scale up and create a viable business, as well as he could see the social impact that this could have. So he assured us of support and started exploring the possibility of investing in our venture. This is how our bonding and our relationship with Avishkar Goodwill started. And it is this funding by Avishkar Goodwill which, adding on top of the funding which was already available with us, the small amount of funding which was available from the parent company, which was supported by Pacific Alliance Group, Asia Pragati Capfin Private Limited. So with this, we could really implement our dreams of scaling up this into a viable pan-India business. That is how we started moving from one state of Maharashtra, one state of Maharashtra, to 3 other Indian provinces of Orissa, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. And in each of the geographies, we have tested our model. It has been accepted, it has been viably implemented, and we are growing our businesses sustainably in these areas. We started with maybe a few hundred homes initially when we got the support of Avishkar Goodwill's finance. Now we have already financed 5,200 rural homes, and these are hardcore rural homes in the hearts of the villages, and these have been transformational in the lives of our clients, because all of them, or almost all of them, have been living in primitive huts or in semi-finished abodes, and they were subjected to the vagaries of nature, which in India the monsoons can be very heavy and can destroy homes every year, and which was unsettling their lives, destroying their savings. And it was also a situation where, living in these huts, they did not have the private space to live with dignity in their own lives. So we have been able to create permanent homes which are nature proof and which have given them an increased self-esteem for themselves, increased esteem in the society, and more hygienic, healthy conditions in which to live happily. Despite the fact that it's a high cost operation, because we are reaching out to remote parts of the country in the rural villages, we have been profitable from the first year of our operations. We are now scaling up the operations. We have 5,200 homes already built with our financial assistance. We are planning to move this fourfold to about 20,000 homes in the next 3.5 years, and from about 320 million Indian rupees, which is the current size of our portfolio, we would be doubling it in the next 6 months, and probably scaling it about 10 times over the next 3.5 years to reach probably something like 3.5 billion Indian rupees. And I think that is something in an area where it is most wanted, in the rural heartlands of India, and where the financial services have not reached. These are the areas where people are only having access to the local money lenders. Institutional finance has not been available, and we have been able to reach out to them, those who have been considered not creditworthy or where operations were considered not viable. We have been able to reach out and create a business which has impacted a lot of lives, and which we hope will continue to impact many, many lives, and in a multifold growth pattern. we have had a lot of effort and energy expended on making people, not only our clients, but our partners and their employees aware of the philosophy, the model and the approach, and to understand the processes by which we are creating this new inclusion or access to finance for these underserved people, and then actually implement it on a scale which is viable. I think my biggest success is to really think out of the box and re-engineer a housing finance product, which was always conventionally delivered by hundreds of institutions, banks and housing finance companies in certain set patterns, but to re-engineer it to meet the actual needs of the rural folk, whose crying needs had not been met so far. No attempt had been made to create products exclusively tailored to take care of their anxieties and their aspirations. I think creating that is one major success. The second major success is creating a new path which is possibly revolutionary, in the sense that creating a paralegal documentation which may not stand the proof of a test of law under the conventional current laws, but which has created a new set of trust and new credibility for the client and for the company through using the community and its sensitivity and its endorsement. I think these are the major achievements. I think it is never too late to become an entrepreneur. It was after I ended a long career as a professional banker that I moved to entrepreneurship, creating my own company and vehicle. So it is never too late. If you have an idea, if you have a passion, pursue it, and there will always be value that you would add to the community and to yourself. This is a field with a huge potential. As I said, if there are 25 million houses to be built in the rural areas of India, the government with its best intentions would not be able to make this happen overnight. It needs participation of a lot of other private sector financiers like us to do this. And if companies like ours can be supported in scaling up a viable business which not only generates good, decent profits to the stakeholders, but creates unimagined impact to the lives of people at the bottom of the pyramid, I think that is the greatest satisfaction that an investor can get. To add the third bottom line to this and see if we can catalyze more energy friendly, environment friendly housing in the rural parts of India. It is not easy now because the rural householder looks to the city dweller as his model. He says, if he has a steel and concrete house, why not I? So the aspirations are directly linked to what is happening in the cities. But we need to intervene and create awareness that there could be a model of housing which is superior to what the city dweller is having and which is more environment friendly and which really sustains the environment. I think that is an area where I would like to